Know what's more awesome than Fridays? Friday the St. Patrick's Day. Awesome. This is Cnn10 and I'm Carl Azouz. First story, 2 U.S. federal judges have temporarily blocked President Donald Trump's new executive order concerning immigration to America. His previous order on this subject is tied up in court. The new one would have kept all refugees from entering the U.S. for 120 days and put a 90-day suspension on all people coming from Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Former President Barack Obama had identified these 6 countries, plus Iraq, as countries of concern because of a growing threat from terrorists. But critics have called the Trump order a Muslim ban because more than 90% of people in the 6 named countries are estimated to be Muslim.
He was campaigning for president. He said he was going to enact a Muslim ban. Rudy Giuliani went on national TV and said the president was asking him to create a Muslim ban, but just to make it legal. And that's just what we know publicly.
The Justice Department says the order is in the president's legal authority to protect America's security. And the White House has said it's not a Muslim ban because hundreds of millions of Muslims globally are not suspended from coming to America.
An unprecedented judicial overreach. We're going to fight this terrible ruling. We're going to take our case as far as it needs to go, including all the way up to the Supreme Court.
The president's order is on hold for now. People in the 6 named countries are able to enter the U.S. The Justice Department says it'll continue to defend the order in courts. 10-second trivia. A nuclear arms race between 1945 and 1991 involved what 2 countries? U.S. and Japan, Japan and Germany, U.S. and Soviet Union, or North Korea and Iran? The Cold War between the U.S. and the Soviet Union catalyzed a historic nuclear arms race. After World War II, over a period of about 2 decades, the U.S. carried out more than 200 nuclear tests in the atmosphere. That's as opposed to underground or underwater. These were filmed by high-speed cameras. They were classified, they were stored away, and the historic films were starting to decompose when the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, which was taking care of the films, digitized them and uploaded them to YouTube. Physicists say the newly declassified footage has helped them better understand nuclear explosions. In fact, modern ways of analyzing the films are giving more accurate readings than the methods used decades ago. One scientist involved in the project hopes that seeing the sheer energy and destruction of the blasts will make people reluctant to use these weapons in the future. Cameras mounted on car roofs, behind bike riders, on hikers' backpacks. They've all captured street views, giving anyone with a computer a first-person look at a location on a map. They've also captured privacy complaints from around the world. Though a recent Street View project, better called a Volcano View project, probably won't upset too many residents nearby.
Google this. What's it like to go inside a volcano? The web giant recently sent a crew to find out. All the way to Vanuatu, an archipelago located in the South Pacific, more than 1,000 miles off the coast of Australia. The tiny island nation is home to lush jungles, black sand beaches, and 9 active volcanoes. Google partnered with veteran explorers Jeff Mackley and Chris Horsley to go inside one of them to get a view of the volcano like you've probably never seen before. The team traveled to the island of Ambrym, home to 2 volcanoes, Benbow and Marram. Unpredictable and dangerous, the chief of the local village calls the volcano devils, but their natural beauty is undeniable.
It's so vast and such an incredible landscape. There's a real heartwarming feeling that you get when you see the lava lake itself. It's an incredible feeling.
Strapping on a high-tech backpack called the Trekker, Horsley and Mackley rappelled down 400 meters inside the Marram crater to collect 360-degree street view imagery. They got an up-close look at the volcano's giant lake of lava, a fiery cauldron of boiling rock roughly twice the size of a football field.
But standing just meters away from one of the most active lava lakes in the world really surges energy through your whole body. It is like staring into the sun or the heartbeat of the planet, really.
Nominations for the 2017 CNN Heroes are coming in, and for our first hero feature of the year, we're reporting on a nonprofit group called Gramtastic Connection. It's named for a boy named Graham Morissette. He's the inspiration for a program that's connected almost 1,500 sick children to the classroom when they couldn't be there in person.
On your mark, get set, go!
My son Graham was 6.5 years old when he was diagnosed with leukemia. Graham had a very special light in his heart. We spent 2 years pretty much in and out of the hospital. When he was sick, the computer definitely helped him stay in contact with his school and friends. Graham passed away 2 years after he was diagnosed. I really wanted to make a difference with the families and the children that I had met in the hospital. I just wanted to provide the tools to keep them connected.
So I heard you like iPads. Look what we have in here.
We give away free technology to children with cancer and other serious illnesses.
Whoa! Yay!
We're connecting kids when their world is out of reach. It really helps them heal emotionally and physically at the same time.
Hello, Philip. Can you come on over to your desk for math?
One of our major goals is to connect kids to their classrooms, which really helps them continue their education despite all the days missed from school.
Philip, I'm going to have you go to the back table, okay?
The robots transport the child right into the classroom.
Philip's got to have a bone marrow transplant. We're going to be here in the hospital like 6 weeks.
Your turn, Philip.
I am just thrilled that he can go to school and feel like the other kids.
Last week I went to Boston.
They can walk up and down the halls. They can go to lunch with their friends.
Happy walk.
Thanks to that robot, he's not going to miss out on anything.
What's your favorite part about the Philbot?
My favorite part about the Philbot is that I get to see everyone in the school.
When you lose your child, the love doesn't go away and has to find a place. I'm lucky I found a place to put that love.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Philip.
The joy that they have fills my heart back up.
In Chicago, Illinois, a St. Patrick's Day tradition goes well beyond wearing green. For decades, the Chicago journeyman plumbers have been helping the Chicago River go green by putting vegetable dye in it. Officials say it's completely safe, and after one boat dumps it in, another sails through to stir it up and spread it out. They say it takes about 45 pounds of dye to turn part of the river one of the colors of the Irish flag. It's also the color of nature, the color of envy, the color of money. So if it's in someone's nature to envy the color of money, you could say this river's to die for. A charming thing about Chicago on St. Patrick's Day, a river runs through it, and you have to agree that the agreeing just color would keep anyone from turning blue. I'm Carl Azus.